Hey everyone, hope you enjoy my rhinoceros's ass calendar. It's May, and I wanted to review a movie that I really do enjoy, and it's one of my favourite movies of all time, and not yet, but it will turn 40 years old very soon, literally in like 2 months' time, and that movie is Aliens. So I actually have the Aliens Blu-ray here, and first of all, this is a really good Blu-ray. It actually has a good Blu-ray menu, which is a great thing because a lot of Blu-rays I own, the menus are very simple. They're quite boring and dull. Not this one. This one has like actually proper creative design. It feels like you're booting up one of those computers in the Alien universe. It's very stylish. It's very cool. It's very creepy, just like the original Alien Blu-ray that I had but don't have anymore. But I would like to get it again. So this movie was revolutionary for quite a lot of things. It was I guess you could really call it the first like sci-fi action masterpiece, if you can call it that. It had a lot of really good things going for it in this movie. I mean, some of the special effects in this movie are they are insane. They are some of the best, if not the best, practical puppetry you will ever see in a movie. Everything in this movie is practical. There is no CGI whatsoever. And it still looks incredible, even by today's standards. I mean, the movie opens up with Ripley's ship that's adrift in space being examined, and there is this scanning device that and it has like this really, thin like laser searchlight coming out. And I thought that was just incredible. I mean, that special effect is what pulls you into the movie, and it has a very scary scene early on with the nightmare sequence of where Ripley has a freak out in the hospital, and she just wakes up and like it's all a dream. Now, if you do have the Aliens Blu-ray box set, you will be able to see the 1990 extended edition, which I do think is the better version of this film. Something that you don't see in the original version is you see Newt's parents and how they fell prey to the xenomorph. And I thought there was like an amazing match cut in this scene because you see the shot of Newt's dad being, impregnated by the horrific facehugger, and then there's a match cut of like Ripley's holding her hand like this, holding a cigarette, and it almost looks like a facehugger's, and it's just really cool. I don't know if that was intentional, but I thought that was like a genius match cut, and I still don't know if they meant it to look like a facehugger or not, but it's something that I picked up, and it's creepy and it's cool, and I love it. The movie does build quite a lot of palpable tension as the movie goes on. You have some very memorable characters like the return of the android, which was actually a really good character. You have Howard the Coward, which I like to call him because he is a coward called Howard. He's Howard the Coward. You have that slime ball of a villain that I forget the name of because I can never remember the name of that villain. But he's just a shitty person all around. He's quite sociopathic. He doesn't seem to give a shit about his crewmates, and he wants to bring back the aliens and harvest them for cash, which is a really dick corporate move of him. And yeah, he was just he was a really slimy villain. And Newt was also a great character. The child actor who played Newt was brilliant. I loved her voice and her accent, and I liked her screams as well, which were still pretty convincing. I mean, sometimes her screams can come across as hilarious because you can see that she's not actually that scared, but I do like them. She's a charming character, and the bond that forms between her and Ripley is really good stuff, and it's really something that really makes this movie more than just a mindless action movie. You can definitely see the difference of directing styles between Ridley Scott and James Cameron in this film. I mean, you can really tell that like James Cameron was much more focused on making this more of an action blockbuster than a quaint horror film that builds tension as it goes along. I mean, Alien 1 is pure sci-fi horror. It's funny because I've met a lot of people who say that Alien wasn't as scary as they thought it was going to be, which is kind of true because that first Alien trailer, it really hyped up the movie, made it look like just this horror jump scare extravaganza, like the most terrifying thing you'll ever see. But funnily enough, the first Alien starts off very quietly, very quaintly, very relaxingly, and then the tension just slowly builds as the movie goes on. This movie is a bit different. This is more of like it's almost sort of like a revenge story for Ripley, having a chance to wipe out the aliens who traumatized her and killed all of her crew. And there is a big emphasis on like male masculinity, you know, military guys, military operations, you know, big pulse rifles, which still look amazing, by the way. I love the weapons in this movie. It was really the first, you know, movie that, like, you know, introduced some really cool sci-fi weaponry, which I really like. Also, the scene where Newt and Ripley are trapped in the hospital bay room with a facehugger inside is truly terrifying stuff. That is such a fucked up scene, and I love it. It's so scary. It is so tense. You can probably tell that probably a lot of kids got nightmares from this scene alone by watching it back in 1986. Very scary scene, but it's just good, convincing horror all around, and the practical effects for the facehuggers are very convincing and very, very scary. And overall, also the alien queen at the end is the best practical puppet I've ever seen in movie history, and it's just amazing. Overall, I give this movie a 10 out of 10. It is one of the best sequels ever made. It's a masterpiece. Also, my battery is about to run out, so I gotta leave it there. See you guys. Take care.